Hi, Miss M's class. Welcome to science. We're going to learn more about Earth's layers. So let's remember Earth's layers that we learned last week. Earth has three main layers. Crust, which is the outer layer. That's the layer we live on. That's the layer that has the continents and oceans. Mantle is the middle layer. And core is the center layer. This crust is not very hot. It's cool. The mantle is hot and the core is like, oh my goodness, this is really, really hot. Okay, let's learn more about each layer. About the crust. The crust is the outer layer. It is a thin layer and it is cooler than the other two layers. So the crust is outside layer. It's thin, not very big. Because the crust is cool, the rock on the crust is strong. So this rock outside doesn't melt. Here inside in this thick middle layer in the mantle, the rock can melt. About the mantle. Remember, this is the crust. This is the mantle. See how thin the crust is? Look at the mantle. Thick. And here's the core. Incredibly hot. Okay, about the mantle. The mantle is Earth's thick middle layer. The mantle is warm. Rock in the mantle is softer than rock in the crust. So because this is warm, the rock can sometimes melt in there. The mantle is hot enough to melt rock. Hot rock can bend and move. Look at this. This is hot rock. It's probably something that came from a volcano. So the rock in the mantle can bend and move because it's hot and the rock melts. Let's talk about the core. The core is the center layer of Earth. There it is. The core is the hottest layer of Earth. Oh my goodness, really hot. So the crust, not hot. The mantle, warm, can melt rock. The core, oh my goodness, very, very, very hot. Okay, so let's talk about moving plates. Remember, we talked about that? The crust is made of large pieces called plates. Remember? Here they are. These are parts of the crust and they move sometimes. So when the soft rock in the mantle rises toward the surface, because the melting rock sometimes goes up toward the crust, it can move plates. Let's read that again. When the soft rock in the mantle rises toward the surface, it can move plates. The plates are on the crust. And one of two things happen when the plates move. What happens when plates move? When plates move, they cause volcanoes. Volcanoes are places where melted rock comes out onto Earth's surface. Look at this. Melted rock coming out. Looks crazy, like firecrackers. Very, very hot. Okay, so volcanoes is one thing that can happen when plates move. What's the other thing? When plates move, they cause earthquakes. So they cause volcanoes and earthquakes. Earthquakes are a sudden release of energy caused by breaking and moving rock. So look at this. When the plates move, the rock breaks and moves. Look at this. That used to be one road. Look at it now. Oh my goodness. Crazy stuff, right? So let's kind of go over this real quick one last time. We have the crust, the mantle, and the core. The crust, the rocks on the crust are not hot, so they're not melting. But the rocks in the mantle are melting, and the core is very, very, very hot. When the melted rock in the mantle tries to go up to the surface, the plates move. The plates that the crust is made out of move. And when the plates move, one of two things happens: volcanoes or earthquakes. Okay, so that's it for the lesson. Remember, if you don't understand it, click on Translation of Science lesson in Schoology. Now we should look at our assignment. Okay, so here's our assignment. Science assignment, more about Earth's layers. Remember, the layers are crust on the outside, mantle in the middle, and core totally inside. Okay, decide if the following statements are true or false. The rock in the crust is hot and it can bend and move. The crust is on the outside. Is the rock there hot? You decide, true or false. The core is the center layer of Earth. Decide, true or false. Look at the picture. The crust is the coolest layer of Earth, and the core is the hottest layer of Earth. True or false? Number 4. An earthquake is when melted rock comes onto Earth's surface. True or false? Decide. Fill in the blank with words from the word bank. Word bank, crust, earthquake, mantle. Let's look at the terms, at the definitions. The middle layer of Earth. Which one is that? Is it the crust? Is it earthquake? Is it mantle? Energy caused by breaking and moving rock. Is that crust, earthquake, or mantle? We live on this layer of Earth. Which one do we live on? The crust, earthquake, or mantle? Okay, if you don't understand the assignment, click on Translation of Assignment in Schoology. That's it for now. Have a great weekend. Hope to see some of you at the conference call later today. Bye for now.